I know you've already seen one of these before. You've seen my green one. But what's this one? Here is the one we were just looking at. This one is 4x4x4 LEDs. So therefore, one that is 8x8x8 must be twice as big. Isn't it? No. Want to see what it does? For the mathematicians amongst you, this one really is 8x8x8, which means it's got 512 individual LEDs. Let's sit and watch it for a while. As you can see, it's got infinite number of patterns, and no, you don't actually buy them ready-made. You buy them as a kit. This one took 6 months to assemble. You can program it yourself, but the actual kit comes with a memory card, and the memory card has got umpteen patterns loaded onto it already. If you order one of these as a kit, this is how they come. But to put it into perspective, this is the 4x4 cube you're looking at. Big, isn't it? Now we're going to see what's inside. The first thing you can see is instructions. Unfortunately, the instructions are in Chinese. Next out of the box we have these. These are the actual wires for the framework. Although the LEDs have wires connected, you need to connect one row to the next row to the next row and so on. So you get the wires supplied too. Next out of the box is the pieces of wood for the jig. Believe it or not, there are 16 pieces of wood here. You have to assemble them, and the holes in them is where you put the LEDs to hold them, to solder them up, which is why it's called a jig. Of course, no LED cube would be any use unless, of course, it has LEDs. So the next item out of the box is 2 bags of LEDs. Each bag has got 1,000 LEDs. That's because this cube is going to need 1,728 LEDs. Yeah, a few spare. Then, of course, to connect it, we have several cables. And the cables need to connect to a power supply. Next item out of the box is the main control board. You might be thinking it's a bit small. That's because this is the control board, not the board the LEDs mount on. And of course, last but no means least, the boards to mount the LEDs on. But you're thinking, these look a bit small. We'll put them side by side for you so you can get an idea of how big it's going to be. This is the board the LEDs mount on. What do you mean it's a bit small? Well, that's because this is only one board. No, there's still another one to go. Here we are. Here are all 3 boards sitting side by side. When it's all done, they'll all be secured together and it will have 1,728 LEDs. But to give you some perspective, do you remember the small cube we had in the first place? Now you can see how big this finished one's going to be. The approximate build time is a year. If you can do better, you buy one, you try it. As always, thanks for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, please buy me a coffee, and thanks to those of you who have.